welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is Redhead Vlogs. I do lifestyle vlogs. I try to upload twice a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Once I do reach 100 people, I will be doing a giveaway just for my subscribers. As you can see by the title, today's vlog is actually going to be a Q&A. I reached out on my Facebook, my Instagram, and my Snapchat, so I have some questions here on my computer that I sent over from my phone. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so I got a couple different questions, like from A to Z basically. The first question that I got is, what is it like to grow up as a military kid? Yes, if you didn't know, I'm a military brat and I'm actually a military wife. Growing up as a military kid is completely different from being a military wife. So being a military kid was actually pretty awesome. My parents let us have a really good experience growing up in different places and traveling and basically making us aware of all different cultures and surroundings. So I think that my experience as a military child was a really good one. Something that you kind of get used to as a military kid is every 2 to 4 years that you move. For me, I'm the type of person that I get emotionally attached to people. And so when we would be somewhere shorter or whatever, I would actually try to not make friends because it was always so hard to say goodbye. I'm still that way. Whenever my husband and I are stationed somewhere, I try to not make friends if we're not going to be there for long. So in Arizona, we were only there for 6 months. I didn't really make additional friends outside of my husband's friends' wives because I didn't want to create friendships and then just be like, bye, 6 months later. So that is definitely something that I've noticed is I'm that person who gets emotionally attached, and to avoid me basically being sad, I just don't make friends, which kind of sounds brutal, but it's honest. The next question I got was actually tricks and tips to make a move easy. So moving is never easy. Even if you're not military, it's not easy. If you are military, I feel like it's even more stressful because it depends on which way you choose. So the military, you can have the military move you, or you can actually move yourself, which is called a ditty move. Kyle and I have actually only done ditty moves since we got married. However, when we move in September to Colorado, we will be having the Army move us. So I'm really anxious and excited about that because I'm like, hallelujah. We don't have to move all of our stuff. I don't have to move all this heavy stuff. As far as tricks and tips, the only thing that I have would be to be organized. Organization, I'm very type A. So I always label everything, keep everything that's in like a category in the same box. Now this is all for when I do a ditty move. As far as the Army moving us, since this will be the first one, I still have quite a bit to learn because I have not done an Army move as a wife. So I have not seen it from this side. But my biggest tip would be organization, 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 labels, categories. I usually keep a list of things per room. List, labels, organization. That is key when moving. Next thing that I asked was, what is my favorite guilty pleasure? For me, I'm always go, 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 go. Working, photography, vlogging, school, paparazzi, and being a wife. So my favorite guilty pleasure is day where I don't do anything. So if I actually have a day that I'm caught up on everything, I just love to sit on the couch and watch Grey's Anatomy. That is my favorite guilty pleasure. Also while eating junk food, because what is your favorite TV show without junk food? So that is my favorite guilty pleasure. That sounds pretty bad, makes me sound like a fat girl, but it's true. Next is actually, what is my favorite meal to cook? So my favorite meal to cook is actually chicken Alfredo. However, my husband does not like Alfredo sauce, so I don't get to make it very often. Since I don't get to make it very often, I typically like making spaghetti because I love garlic bread. I live for bread. Bread, anything, biscuits, sliced bread, anything bread, that's where I'm at. Hit me up. The next question is actually, what would my last meal be on earth? For those of you who don't know, I actually am allergic to caffeine. I can't consume soda, tea, coffee, chocolate. Yes, chocolate has caffeine in it. A lot of people don't know that, but it does. So for my last meal on earth, I would definitely be eating chocolate as the dessert. For the meal, I probably like a humongous plate of chicken Alfredo because that is what I love. I love chicken Alfredo. Anytime I go to Olive Garden, it's either chicken Alfredo or seafood Alfredo. Anything with Alfredo sauce, I love it. So something with Alfredo sauce and then something chocolate for dessert. Next, I got asked what my favorite childhood movie is. So this is still my favorite movie because I love it so much. I know that it didn't necessarily come out too long ago, but it is my favorite movie. This is going to be Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is literally my favorite movie, Disney-wise. I can quote every single line of this movie. I watch it all the time. In fact, our first Christmas together, my husband bought me Finding Dory for my iPad. So Finding Nemo is my favorite movie. Finding Dory, I love that one too. It's not my favorite, but it was a cute like second to Finding Nemo. Next question is coffee or tea. Obviously, I just told you guys that I can't have coffee. If I could drink coffee, I would have a vanilla latte. I used to live for vanilla lattes. I loved them so much. And you guys are probably thinking, well, don't they have decaf? Yes, there's decaf. However, there's still some caffeine in decaf. Some of you might not have known that because you don't drink decaf, but there is. So I can drink any type of coffee. With that being said, obviously tea is my go-to. Hot teas, I love anything with chamomile. And iced teas, I don't really drink iced teas, but if I were, it would be like a passion iced tea from Starbucks. I was asked what is my favorite drink to make at Starbucks. Honestly, if we're cheating and we're asking what is the shortest drink that I like to make, it would be an iced chai tea latte because that drink literally takes 0.2 seconds to make. It is the fastest drink that you can make that we serve. So that would be the fastest drink the drink that I like to make the most because it's the fastest drink. Next, I got asked what was my favorite drink to drink at Starbucks. When I was able to have coffee, caramel macchiatos. Iced caramel macchiatos is where it's at. If you have not tried an iced caramel macchiato from Starbucks, you are missing out. Go try it. It is bomb. I used to love them so much. Now I am anything fruity. So frappuccinos that are fruity or teas that are fruity, anything fruity that doesn't have caffeine, I love. That's also my favorite ice cream is strawberry. Next, I got asked if you could travel anywhere, what would be your top 3 places? So, without a doubt, okay, without a doubt, my top 3 places would be Ireland, because obviously I have red hair. I know that my actual great-grandparents were born and raised in Ireland. So I really want to go there. That's like my number 1 place. If all expenses were paid for a trip, Ireland, I would go in a heartbeat. My second place I would want to go to is probably somewhere in Europe, maybe kind of like Germany or Italy, something over there because I'm just so into cultural stuff. I just love it so much. Another place that I've been really wanting to go is Hawaii, which I know is kind of like a place in the United States technically, but I've never been and I want to go, so that would be another place. And then also Alaska. When I was a flight attendant, I actually went to every state in the United States except for Alaska and Hawaii. So at some point in my life, I will make sure that I go to those 2 places. And the last question that I was asked isn't really a question. It's more of like kind of a question, but not. I was asked marriage tips. If you don't know, I am 24. I'm actually turning 25 in July, so in just a couple months here, I'll be 25. Me and my husband have been married for almost 3 years now. I think the biggest thing for us is compromise. We both compromise on different levels for different things. And that's kind of what simmers a lot of bickering that we have. We don't really argue. We don't argue very often. And if we do, it's only been a couple times since we've been married. We more bicker and pick on each other. So my biggest thing would be to have fun, love that person with all of your heart. Make sure that if you are getting married, that every time you see them, you're just so glad to see them again. You get butterflies because that's how you're supposed to feel. Yes, sometimes I don't like my husband, but I do always love him. So even when I'm mad at him, I do still tell him that I love him, but I just don't like him for that moment. Make sure that you 2 do not fall out of love at the same time. That's something that my mom actually told me. Always be willing to pick up the slack. So in a marriage, some people say 50-50. I think it's 100-100 because if something happens and you go through something tough, you need to be there for that person, or that person needs to be there for you. Luckily, my husband is very supportive. My husband has always been there for me, even when we lost our 2 babies. That's it for today, guys. If you guys do have any other questions, just go ahead and put them in the comment section. And if there's enough, I will definitely make a part 2 Q&A. I hope to see you guys on Saturday with another video. That's not what I meant to say. Why am I breathing so deep? Start over. Let me not include that in the video. Why can I not talk right now?